Folks, do you remember this clip? The clip heard around the world. The clip that will be following Angel Reese for the rest of her career. As long as her games don't sell out, as long as her games don't attract a good number of celebrities, as long as her games don't have any type of viewership motion, for lack of better terms, as long as all those three facts remain the same, this clip is going to follow her forever.
Have you ever noticed how the most forceful assertions frequently falter when the mildest questions are asked? Ask someone to support their audacious assertions. With concrete proof, Angel Reese was recently questioned by a Chicago Sky reporter over her audacious declaration from the previous season. Her two-word retort has gone viral for all the wrong reasons. And I am also the reason why people watch women's basketball. I'll tell you about that awkward occasion soon. The stats tell the true tale. Has Reese been riding Caitlin Clark's coattails all along? Or is she truly the attraction? We'll examine this amusing instance of foot and mouth syndrome to serve as a warning about writing checks that you are unable to cash. If you support Clark, leave a comment below that says baby goat rather than baby giraffe. Come on, let's go.
So long since I've seen this clip, I forgot how arrogant Angel Reese sounded. I forgot how full of herself Angel Reese sounded. I forgot not only how nasty she sounded, the nasty facial expressions coinciding with her answer. You can see it clear as day. It's written on her face. She's disgusted that she's not getting the credit.
Do you recall Angel Reese telling the Globe, "Women's basketball is watched because of me as well"? That audacious declaration from the WNBA season the previous year just came crashing down in spectacular fashion. I suppose Angel Reese was the intended recipient of the phrase "reality is coming."
Sorry, young lady. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody would be watching the WNBA additionally for you. This is all about Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is bringing the money to the game, the planes to the game, the TV viewership. The WNBA is on fire because of Caitlin Clark.
When her rivalry with Caitlin Clark was at its peak, Reese positioned herself not simply as a fantastic player, but also as a draw for viewers. Reese didn't avoid the limelight following LSU's triumph over Iowa a few years prior. She accepted it, claimed it, and basically admitted to everyone that she shared equal responsibility with Clark for the record-breaking viewership. She developed a story that was absolutely obvious. Both were equally necessary for women's basketball.
So Angel Reese was asked about this exact statement, and she decided to duck.
Let's fast forward to a recent press presentation for Chicago Sky to begin the 2025 campaign. Reese was explicitly questioned by a reporter regarding that well-known assertion, and if she still thought that women's basketball was being watched because of her.
Last year, you made a powerful statement saying the reason people are watching women's basketball is not just because of one player, but because of you too. A year later, do you feel like you're getting
Next question. Yeah, we'll move on. Thank you. Move on to Zoom.
She responded with two awkward words that said a lot. The following query. The uneasiness permeated the entire room. No justification, no defense, and no data to support her earlier boast. Simply a quick evasion that gave out more information than any response could have.
Now, keep in mind, whoever asked this, and there's people clowning the person that asked this, it was her statement going during the basketball season from last year, and the person's asking for her current feelings on said statement, her own statement. She pulled a next question. She ducked that. She duck goose that right out of existence.
Not only was this moment awkward, but it was exposing. Reese was unable to provide concrete proof to support her claims when they were made. Furthermore, why would she even try? The story she attempted to sell us last year is entirely contradicted by the numbers. Let's examine the figures. The Chicago Sky only had an average of 8,000 supporters per game at home last year. The Fever in Indiana. At Gainbridge Fieldhouse, every game was sold out and drew over 17,000 spectators.
She talked about sold-out arenas. What arenas are selling out that Caitlin Clark isn't playing in? I need to know. I need to know. But the Las Vegas Aces... No, the Las Vegas Aces sell out their season tickets. Tell me somebody who's selling out every damn place they go that's not named Caitlin Clark. Tell me somebody who's attracting celebrities, numerous celebrities everywhere they go, not named Caitlin.
Let's fast forward to this year. Consider Reese's homecoming game at LSU during the preseason, where Reese should have enormous assistance. This is where she established her brand and won a championship in college. The outcome was a pitiful 6,000 spectators at the more than 13,000-seat Pete Maravich Assembly Center. Not even half full for their champion's comeback. That isn't precisely a glowing endorsement of her celebrity.
Statements from last year, that's from a circus. That was a clown show statement to have made about watching for us and blah, 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 blah.
When you include her previous preseason games, it becomes worse. Only 4,600 people showed up for the Chicago Sky's home game versus the Minnesota Lynx. Consider that. Not even 5,000 seats could be filled at her own WNBA home court. Just 7,600 people showed out for another game versus the Lynx, this time in Minnesota. The majority of the fans, let's face it, came to watch the home team, the Lynx. These are hardly the numbers of a person spearheading a revolution in basketball. These are the number of people who attend any other WNBA game.
We're going to find out very quickly who amongst the Chicago Sky fans are really and truly basketball fans, or are they Angel Reese, the content creator fans? Because, and you got some of those folks obviously tuning in for basketball, but is it because of Angel Reese or for the best interest of the Chicago Sky team and you want to see them win ball games?
X to tweet this after all of the hullabaloo about Caitlin Clark and the high ratings. She says, that certain fan base looking in the stands celebrating attendance while others are looking up in the rafters celebrating championship banners. We ain't the same. Different year, same haters. Have a great day. Well, all right. It is a different year. And it is the same haters, but I think you're calling yourself out, Mama Reese.
The defensive tone says a lot. Attack those who are pointing out the facts when you are unable to win with them. The following, there was more to the question moment than Reese sidestepping an awkward reporter. She was trying to avoid facing the awkward reality of her true influence on attendance. She stated something that she is unable to support. Additionally, the receipts are now due. There is no need to spin or interpret the numbers. On their own, they provide unmistakable proof that something is off. And believe me, when we contrast these attendance numbers with what's going on with Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, they will appear even more embarrassing. The unpleasant reality that Reese is unwilling to face is revealed by the attendance figures for her games. Speaking of being a magnet, and being one and truly being one are two whole different things.
Said next question. So she doesn't want to take responsibility for her own words.
Reese sidesteps inquiries about her influence, but Caitlin Clark doesn't have to say a word. For anyone who attempted to compare themselves to her, the stats portray an almost embarrassing image.
Angel Reese voluntarily went on a, quote, they're watching for me too, and I want y'all to realize that rant, because she wanted that attention She created the drama, asking her about her comment as we enter a new season is perfectly normal and not stirring things up. Absolutely.
Do you recall Clark's Carver Hawkeye Arena homecoming game? All 15,000 seats in the arena were sold out in 45 minutes. That is more rapid than watching a basketball quarter. Tickets weren't the only thing being purchased. As if their lives depended on it, they were rushing to obtain them. And who was to blame? This basketball match wasn't your typical one. A phenomena occurred.
It's Caitlin Clark Mania, and here we go again. 1.3 million people tuned in on Sunday afternoon to see Caitlin Clark return to Iowa as a professional and start raining in three-pointers from ridiculous distances.
Reese's supporters will contend that her following is restricted to Iowa and Indiana. Let's examine the receipts then. In 2024, Clark's jersey surpassed only the legendary Steph Curry's as the second best-selling basketball jersey. Ree isn't even among the top 10. There, Clark is the only WNBA player. Consider that. Compared to LeBron James and other NBA veterans with many championships, Caitlin is selling more goods. Additionally, pundits predict that she will finish her sophomore season with the second highest sales of WNBA jerseys ever. These are not only impressive figures, they are figures that will go down in history.
Okay. And then Angel Reese goes into, I'll be happy to play the villain role. I'll be happy to play the villain, but don't be mean to me. Don't be mean to me. But I'll be happy to play the villain role.
Do you want to witness an even more pronounced contrast? Examine the ticket costs. Games in the preseason. Yes, tickets for preseason games that feature Clark typically cost over $600. It's not a typo. More than $600 to watch basketball in exhibition. Some NBA clubs would be envious of those numbers. That average is really the highest ever noted for a basketball game at any level, including collegiate games for men and women. Clark smashed records rather than just breaking them.
Angel Reese, why are we next? This guy set you up perfectly to give an answer of you being full of yourself. Oh, I'm so glad you asked that. They are only watching because of me too. They only know that other girl because of me too. They only go to her games instead of my games because of me too. They only watch all of her games instead of watching all of my games because of me too. She's the #1 jersey seller in the WNBA. Why? Because of me too. That's why. Time Magazine Sports, because of me. Everything Caitlin Clark has is because of me. Angel, you could have done that.
Filling arenas is not the only effect. Teams who are slated to meet the demand. The Fever are actually relocating their home games to bigger NBA facilities. Neither Ree nor any other player in the league's history has experienced this. Then there is the boom of products. Clark was the focal point of the Indiana Fever's Now You Know campaign, and sales in every product category are skyrocketing. Even a tour-style t-shirt with the slogan, "Every game is a home game," was made by them. A reference to the fact that Clark always attracts large crowds. The marketing doesn't hide what's going on. Everyone understands why the Fever are now a must-watch franchise.
I was pleasantly shocked and surprised. I thought it was so cool and so savage.
Possibly the most revealing proof of all. There will be 41 out of 44 games this season that were broadcast nationwide. 93% of their schedule is made up of it. To put things in perspective, this coverage even outpaces that of the Los Angeles Lakers, who had 39 games broadcast on national television. Something unusual is taking place when a WNBA team receives more national television exposure than one of the NBA's marquee franchises. TV bosses' love for Clark isn't the reason for this extraordinary amount of publicity. The reason for this is that when she performs, the audience pays attention. Viewership is followed by money, and networks follow money. That's how it is. The WNBA is also aware of it. For this reason, Clark is strongly featured in their most recent commercial. They are relying on what is effective,